So, welcome to Get Real with Kim D. What is this segment called, Barbie?
Kim D's therapy chair.
Kim D's therapy chair. Okay, so I like doing it from my bedroom because, again, you know how comfortable I am up here. I spend a lot of time. I have my little ones, my little dogs, a couple of them we put downstairs because they're yappy. So, I've been going through the people that I follow, the reels that I see, and I sit in my bed at night in between watching the news and watching my shows, and I pick what I can relate to. And then I say, you know what, like the sayings and the life coaching that I listen to. And I say, you know what, I think my patrons will really enjoy this, and I think that I could delve deeper into certain things that were said and done and lifestyles. Okay, so we did the whole thankful thing, the whole grateful, how to be grateful, not to complain. We don't like to complain, right? We don't like to complain because we want to put, if we have a negative thought in our mind, it's always going to come bouncing back to us. Okay, so we want to think positive. So there's a few things that I relate to, and I would like to try along with you to change some things up on my end. Okay, so one of the things is I just found it. 4 words, okay. 4 words to live by. I do it anyways. Okay? I do it anyways. So if you don't feel good, you do it anyways. If you're sad, you do it anyways. If you're angry, you do it anyways. Okay? You know, it's very tough to say that. It's like it's easier to say I mean than doing it. Because, you know, I have a thyroid issue, and there are some days where I'm just like, I can't, it's so hard for me to push through. And I take my mental health days. Those are different times. I want you to listen to your body. And if you're not feeling well, okay, like really not feeling well, take your time for yourself. But if you set goals for yourself, and if you're like, okay, well, I'm going to clean my closet, or I'm going to do extra work, or I have to get to my job today, it's very, very important. You have to do it. You have to do it anyways. You have to push through. It's more like emotions. I don't think this meant if you're sick or if you're not feeling well to push through. Push through the mental states. Push through the emotional states. Push through. I do it anyways. And what happens is when you do it anyways, you feel so much better. For people that go to the gym and they work out, which I used to do, which I'm going to go back into. As a matter of fact, someone reached out to me and they want to give me free private Pilates lessons. And I 100% believe in Pilates. Okay. So you got to do it anyway. So I guess my challenge, okay, is when come January when they open, it'll be right up the street in Wayne. And I start taking my private lessons. And if I get up one day and I'm like, I'm lazy and I have to push through and do it anyways, because once you're done, you feel so much better. You feel like you accomplished something. So there are times when, you know, people think that this is easy, what I do. It really drains you a little bit. Like once you're done with a podcast and once you're done, like we used to go to the studio, which we'll be back in the studio too. You walk out of there and it's like something weird happens to you. You feel a little drained, maybe because you were on the whole time. I don't know what it is, but I do believe when I saw this saying, do it anyways. Push through the emotions. Very important. I tell my friends, I don't deal with emotion. I don't want to hear your emotions. Stop crying. Stop carrying on. It's not going to help you. So I'm gonna think that the way I want to interpret this is push through your emotions. That's to me is very important. I don't know why I don't have my glasses on. Put my glasses on. Okay, so let's see. I choose to do. Let's see what 4 words I live by. I don't choose what happened. All right. So this saying, I don't choose what happens to me, but I choose on how I respond to it. Just because it's taking time doesn't mean it's not happening. Happiness is an inside job. Don't speak negatively about yourself, even if it's supposed to be funny. Do not like self-deprivation. Now, you can joke a little bit about, oh, haha, I'm getting older and it's harder, whatever. Self-deprivation does not do anything for you. I really don't like when people put themselves down, okay? I don't like that. And I feel embarrassed for them. And I feel bad for them that they have to put themselves down. So this person came on and said, if you're constantly in the positive, you're going to stay in the positive. If you knock yourself, your brain's going to start believing that. Don't, especially with men. You know, so many women knock themselves in front of a man, in front of the man that they're with. And, you know, it's not good. Build yourself up. You don't have to sit there and say, I'm the most gorgeous thing that ever happened to you, or I'm this or I'm that. But don't knock yourself. Don't say, oh, I feel fat today. Don't say, I don't like the way my face looks today. I hate my hair. I don't like, I don't know, whatever you don't like. Just don't put yourself down. Always build yourself up. And what they're getting at with this is, and I do believe this when I heard this, don't speak negativity. I'm having a day today. Don't speak negative about yourself, even if it's supposed to be funny. It doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. The next thing is, just because it's taking time doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So when something's taking really long, if you feel defeated, if you start feeling defeated, okay, snap out of it. It's just not the right time. I have said this to Barbie. I have said this to Kristen. I have said this to Dolores, okay? If it's not happening right now, it's because it's not the right time to happen. There's other things that need to happen first, and then that will happen, okay? So, I mean, I just gave Dolores advice, which I'm not telling anyone, but if it comes true, and it's really an important advice, like big time. Like I said, if I were you, I would do this. She loved it. But I'm not going to reveal what I said, but I want you to think back to this day if it happens, okay? Big advice, personal advice. And it has to do with Paulie. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I want to get the pat on the shoulder, okay? So we see really huge things for Dolores, don't we, Barbie?
Very.
We read the cards today. What's a couple things that we saw? We can reveal it. What's a couple things that we saw that we don't want to use the word queen because
people are sensitive.
Some people are sensitive, and you know what? Everyone has their own queen. Okay, I have a queen in the house. I think Chloe's the queen of the house. Okay, my little Chloe. I think she's the queen. Barbie thinks Savannah's the queen. Okay, so we're all allowed to have our own queen. All right. So, and yeah, and I think I'm the queen of what I do. I love it. I love it. But I'm certainly not the queen of RHONJ, and I'm certainly not the queen of sprinkle cookies, and I'm certainly not the queen of other things. But I'm the queen of my own life and my podcast and my book and whatever else I'm doing. So give me just a couple things of what we saw on the card. So this way, when it comes true, because it will come true. Something that Barbie said this morning was really funny because I called Dolores. She goes, it was probably happening when we had discussed it, but all was good. It all worked out well.
I don't want to reveal it because if I do, it might not come to fruition for her.
Okay.
And it wouldn't be fair for her.
Okay. But it's just something that's going to be
positive.
It's Dolores Catania, all positive.
She has the world in her hands.
The world's in your hands. And guess what? She's more grateful after she got yelled at. And when I said to her that I did a whole podcast last week, she goes, you could have referenced me. You could have referenced me because, you know, she got her ass reamed. She really did, you know. She did. These girls know what it's like because I do it often. So she said I could have referenced her because I felt that she had so many wins and so many great things. And she's always worried. I'm the same way. Okay, I'm always worried about finances. I'm always worried about my security. It's the way I was raised. My mother constantly drilled that into my head. And I think that's the way Dolores was raised also. So we're always concerned about what's next around the corner. How are we going to make our money around the corner? What's the next? And I said to her, Dolores, you had a windfall. You had a windfall. Let's sit back and enjoy. She agreed 100%. And there's something else I predicted that she just told me she's going to do next week. So we're on a roll. We are on a roll. So everyone likes Freddie, and I'm very thrilled to hear that. And, you know, I love him. And I think he's going to be fabulous for the show. He is well read on everything. He does his investigative reporting. And that's what I need because I'm surface because I'm friends with these girls. And when I have a question, I'll ask them. So he's not surface. He goes in and does a deep dive. He has a lot of deep dives. He has a deep dive on Salt Lake City. We're going to do a deep dive on Whitney and her husband, okay, and how he really lost his job, not because of the mudslinging, okay. He's got a couple other things that he has delved into, which that'll be on next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday. So we'll be doing 2 a week. So now that's what I did. So Barbie keeps telling me, this was before we started this, you know, people want to hear your opinion. People want to hear your opinion. And she talks to someone too who's spiritual, and they're like, Kim has to do this. She has to do this. Everyone calls this house 24/7, asking my opinion on things, and I'm talking to everyone about it. And Barbie says, I think people will relate to it and they'll like it. Me being kind of like, I don't know, with the anxiety, and I'm not going to say I'm lazy, but I like my time alone. I had to be pushed, right? So that was when it said do it anyways. This is how I did it. I was pushed to do it anyways, even though I was like, oh, I got to get in front of the camera and talk, you know, and discuss things again. Even though I love you guys, sometimes you're just not in the mood, but I'm doing it anyways. And once we did it and we saw how much everyone liked it, I mean, we're getting people on Patreon going, it's my best one. That made my world. For you guys to think that's my best one and to hear what my opinions are on life and what my life coaching is, it makes me thrilled. So this is going to be your second podcast, okay? You're always going to get the gossip on Saturday. We got Freddie along. We have Lorraine Pooh coming on. We'll always have our extras, but this you'll get all the time. So speaking about also bringing positivity into your life and not letting negative people in. So I saw this study, and I'm going to read this. I follow this guy. He's so fantastic. Okay, so this is what happened. It's called the bad apple effect. Okay, so there was a study done in 2006. It took a group of 5 people and added 1 negative person into the groups. The sessions were only 30 to 60 minutes. Because of that one bad apple, 40% did worse on their tasks. The quality of their work decreased by 25%. 50% more had conflict, more disagreements, and less collaboration. Some of you have had a negative person in your life your entire life. Imagine what they are doing to your mental state. You have to be okay with walking away. I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. I have really good friends. Really, really good friends that I've had for years. And I believe that they would go to bat for me, okay? But they became negative. It's negativity. And what I did was I just distanced myself. I didn't not like fight with them and say, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. That's ridiculous. I'm in my 60s. You know, who says that? We do know some people who do that. But yeah, so I distanced myself. Another thing, when it comes to politics, with the fighting and going over all these crazy things, if you're on Facebook with people that are like being very political, which you know I never do, I snooze them. These are my friends. Some of them I graduated high school with. I don't want to block them. I don't want to block them because of their beliefs. Do I believe the same thing? No, I just don't want it pounded into my head. I don't want their beliefs pounded into my head. So I put them on snooze. And guess what? The snooze is over and they're not doing it. They're not doing it right now. So I'd love to see about their granddaughter and about their kids and about what they're doing with their lives. And I want to keep in touch and I want to know if there's a reunion or whatever. So I snoozed them because I don't want negativity in my life. So you see what this see what this said? So there are people that have family or that have friends that are so negative all the time. So just like what it said, look what it's doing to your mental state. Again, you go out for dinner and you got to listen to someone's bullshit. Not going to happen. Not going to happen in my life. And it doesn't mean you have to be mean. And it doesn't mean you have to completely cut them out. You need to have your mental state right. Look what happened here. The people that were doing this whatever it was, these testing, their work went downhill. Everything went downhill because of one negative person. And the person was only in the room for 30 to 60 minutes. What does that do to you your whole life? Okay? You got to distance yourself. I think that was that was an eye-opener for me yesterday. And I get a lot of questions, which we're going to go over the woman's question. You have it, Barbie? Because I think I have it if you don't have it. Okay. This is a really good one. Do what you said you would do. Every time you say you will do something and you don't, you teach your brain not to trust you. Every time you follow through, you trust your brain, and that is the foundation of confidence. Stop breaking promises to yourself and become someone you can trust. I mean, if that's not so true. I write things down now. Stupid little goals. I need to go to the dollar store. I need to pick up my chicken salad. I need to go to Trader Joe's. I need to go get my NAD+. Stupid, ridiculous little errands, okay? I need to go to the cleaners. I have to pick up dog food. I swear to you, when I'm done, and every single one of those things, I'm not an errand girl, I don't like errands, and I come home and I'm like, oh my God, and I look at it and I accomplished every single thing that I said I was going to do, I feel good. I feel good. Getting out of my bed, getting into the shower, getting a cute little outfit on, sitting here, Barbie fixing the microphone, me going downstairs, getting a drink, separating the dogs, putting a cute little thing on. I am so happy with myself right now. I am happy with myself. So